So we have UFC 210 tonight, and there's so much to talk about with this card. So much controversy going on. First of all, I'm gonna start by this is gonna be kind of a preview predictions thing, but it's also gonna be just discussing the overall controversy, talking points about this pay-per-view. I was only going to talk about the top three fights, including the women's strawweight fight. But let's just start off by saying that fight has been scrapped. It's done. The state that they are fighting in for UFC 210, is it Nevada? I'm not sure. Wherever they're fighting, they do not allow women to fight with breast implants. The fear is of exploding breasts. So, Pearl Gonzalez, she's not allowed. That fight has been pulled. Funny how they waited this long to tell her that, which I find interesting, which is a bit controversy behind that as well, because why did it take them this long to tell her that? Like, you wait until the weigh-ins are done and everything? Like, come on. Kind of ridiculous, So update. I don't know when I'm going to insert this in the thing, but it's just been revealed that the Pearl Gonzalez Cynthia Calvillo fight is back on. Apparently, Gonzalez had the same reaction I did and was like, wait a minute, why are they just telling us this now? Like, she'd already told him about the implants and now all of a sudden it's a problem just before the fight. So, they spoke with the commission and everything and they got the fight back on. So that fight will be happening. I'm just going to be talking about the top two fights. Chris Weidman versus... Now, I'm bad with pronouncing names, alright? But I think you pronounce his name Gegard Mousasi. I think. I apologise if that's not right. But you've got Chris Weidman versus Mousasi, and you've got, of course, Cormier Rumble Johnson. Let's start with Weidman. Now, Weidman is coming off of 2 back-to-back losses, which, you know, was very hard to envision just a couple years ago for Chris Weidman, because he'd been unbeaten for quite a while. And now 2 back-to-back losses like that, and he got absolutely demolished, killed in that Yoel Romero fight. Like, that knee was one of the most vicious knee knockouts I've ever seen. It was that bad. I mean, Weidman was just leaking blood like a hose, man. It was pretty brutal. But he's back now, and he's gonna try and get back on track. I mean, he really needs to win this fight, to be honest. 3 back-to-back losses. If he wants to fight for a title, he needs to win this fight. But you've got Mousasi, who's very experienced. He's been fighting for a long time. He's on a bit of a win streak himself. So while on paper this should be no easy task, I would be surprised if Weidman doesn't pick up the victory here. I want Weidman to pick up the victory here because I want him to get back into the mix with Bisping, Romero. Because Bisping's made contradictory statements about who he wants to fight and stuff. I mean, 1 minute he wants to fight Yoel Romero, 1 minute he wants to fight Weidman. On paper, the Weidman fight would, you'd think, make more money because the name Chris Weidman is more widely known than Yoel Romero. But I want to see him fight both guys. I don't like Michael Bisping, to be honest, so I just want to see him lose that belt. But yeah, I fully expect Chris Weidman to get a victory here and move back into the title picture. I reckon because it's of his name value, if he wins here, Dana's going to thrust him right back into that title picture. That's my prediction. He's just going to push him right back in there. He won't have to do any more crawling, scratching to get back in there. I mean, this fight will just push him right there. But let's talk about the main event, Cormier Rumble Johnson. Now, let me start by saying this. While I don't hate Daniel Cormier, I am not a fan of his. To me, he is boring. Daniel Cormier is boring. His fight style, his personality, he's just boring. Like, I don't have negative feelings towards him. I'm just like, it's Daniel Cormier, he's just there. Excellent, superb wrestler, of course, great fighter. But Johnson, I'm a fan of. I'm a fan of Rumble. I like him. I've always liked Rumble. Crazy power. And I was a bit disappointed when he lost the first fight, because in that first fight, right? First of all, let me just mention that the first fight happened when the point system was very different to the way it is now. Remember, they've got a new scoring system. for the UFC, to where it's more based on significant strikes. Keep that in mind because I'll come back to that later. But in the first fight, Cormier, he got rocked multiple times by the power of Johnson. Like, I think Cormier said himself that he was shocked at how fast Rumble is, because Rumble's a big dude and he moves very quickly. I mean, it's no secret that Rumble is clearly way more explosive, way more powerful than Cormier is, but Cormier is a way better wrestler. So they kind of balance each other out. So it's going to be indicative on who is able to force their style onto the other. Like during the first fight, the first round, Johnson was all over Cormier. Cormier ended up choking him out in the third because he started to do what he does best, which is boring to watch, but it's smart. I'm not knocking him for doing it, I'm just saying it's not entertaining. But he laid on him, he smothered him, ground and pound, that's what Cormier does. I mean, Johnson said himself that the reason he thinks he lost the first fight is because he tired himself out. He tired himself out trying to end him, and when it came to carrying big old Cormier's weight, by the way, we'll get into his weight in a minute, but his weight, he just couldn't do it. He couldn't carry that 205-pound frame around for the whole fight. 206.3 pounds, which you'll understand in a minute if you don't know about what's going on. And he didn't have anything left in the tank. Which Cormier, even though he doesn't look like he's in the best shape, he's in amazing cardio shape. Like Cormier really is. But let me just quickly finish off the point I was making earlier. And that's that with this new point system, Cormier can't do that anymore. Or he can't do that and be as successful as he has been. Well, obviously if he chokes him out, he's going to be successful. That's not what I meant. But that lay and pray, wall and stall style is really... They made this new point system so that technique, wall and stall, lay and pray, will be reduced amongst fighters. Because now it's based off who was closest to finishing the fight. And that could heavily sway things in Johnson's favour because of the way he fights compared to the way Cormier fights. And I think this new point system is literally what gives Johnson the advantage in this, in my opinion. But if you did not know, there has been some controversy around this event because Daniel Cormier technically didn't make weight. So I always try and wait as long as possible to do these preview videos because I want to get all the possible things in. I don't want to miss anything, like any news. And good thing I did wait, because if I had done this like a few hours earlier, like I was planning to, I would have missed the fact that Cormier literally missed weight. Like he went on there and he weighed 206.3 pounds, and remember the limit is 205 pounds for light heavyweight. So it's kind of like, huh? You know what I mean? Like after he pulled out of the first fight that was meant to happen at 206, and you're telling me this fight's not going to happen now? So at first I'm like, you've got to be kidding me! The fight's up again, or at least it won't be for the title. They might do it catch weight or whatever. But then, so Cormier doesn't make weight, right? And don't forget that apparently you only get one attempt at making weight. Like, if you miss weight, you're done. That's it. So Cormier doesn't make weight. He goes off, right? He comes back 2.5 minutes later. Like he's stripped down fully naked or something this time, so they hold like the flag in front of it because those trunks, I don't know, might have added the extra pound and a bit, right? And magically, he's suddenly 205. So in 2.5... the funny thing about this, in 2.5 minutes, he literally loses a pound and a bit. There are overweight people all across the world that wanna know Cormier's secrets to losing weight so damn fast. Like, this guy, screw the UFC, he don't need the money from them anymore. He can make money off selling his secrets about how to lose weight. I can see him writing a book now. Cormier, my secret to losing 1.5 pounds in 2.5 minutes. Like, what? Like, it's insane. First of all, the fact that he got on a second attempt is crazy. And now that he comes back in just over 2 minutes and he's suddenly a pound and a bit lighter? Like, huh? There's something going on there. It's weird. Don't get it twisted. I'm not complaining because I'd have been pissed if this fight got cancelled or, you know, it wasn't for the title or whatever. So I'm glad that now this means they're going ahead with it. But ain't that weird though? You know what? I'm not going to do it like that. The fight's happening. So yeah, I can't wait to see this fight though. I want to see Johnson win it. I really wanted to see Rumble Johnson versus John Jones. I know John Jones has done it to himself and stuff. And I'm not a fan of him, as in like the guy, but him in the octagon. I'm a huge fan. Like, I always got excited for his fights. I really wanted to see him versus Johnson. What a mesh that would be stylistically. That would be great to see. But we got Cormier. There hasn't really been any crazy trash talking between these two, and neither of them are the best trash talkers either. They've tried a little bit, but nothing really. But yeah, I'm looking forward to another one of the little controversies surrounding this thing was. This is also funny. Cormier leading into a fight, right? Have you seen the poster for 210? If you haven't, I'll probably put it here in the video. But basically, the poster for the promotional poster for this event has Cormier in front, right, for the title, and Johnson behind him, like a huge, massive Rumble Johnson behind him, and that pissed EC off. Like, he was legitimately mad. Like, he literally complained that, why is Johnson so big while I'm just small in the front? Which, this ain't really much to talk about it, but it just literally made me laugh when I heard about that. Like, he was literally mad that Johnson was huge on the poster and he was tiny. I do see what you mean, because we look at the poster, it's like, whoa. But, come on, it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, this should be an exciting event. I'm looking forward to it. I won't be able to watch it too late, so I'm going to try and avoid all spoilers on it until then. We'll see how it goes. In terms of, I mean, as I said, I want Johnson to win, and I actually think Johnson can win here. Because this time he's going to prepare differently. He's going to prepare for the longer game. Like last time he tried to finish him, he nearly did for the record. But this time he's going to prepare for going 5 rounds, you know. So he's not gonna like metaphorically blow his load too early. He's gonna conserve himself for the later rounds. So I'm gonna put my money on Rumble Johnson to be your new light heavyweight champion in this one. And we'll probably get a rematch out of these two. If Johnson wins, we'll probably get a rematch out of these two. Probably. We'll see. But yeah, that's all I've got for you today. I will talk to you on the next one. Peace.